a few words and we'll...
Okay.
All right. How much tape do you guys have in your Hey, Claire. Well, first of all, thank you all for showing up for the ribbon cutting. This really is a fantastic project. This is the first roundabout in Lenawee County. I think that was a thumb up. It was a thumb up. Okay, good. And I usually don't write anything, but I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. This only happened because of MDOT, Tetra Tech, WSP, Kalen, the city of Adrian, and I also want to mention Frosty Boy. Frosty Boy was, if I was a business sitting over there, I would have been concerned too. But MDOT and the city of Adrian, everybody worked with Frosty Boy to do the best job they could. Plus, I heard you were their best customers during the summer. So that's long enough. Thank you. Things are happening in Adrian and Lenawee County. I think this is a great plus. Once they go around at one time, one or two things are going to happen. They're going to love their experience, or they're going to keep going around the circle until they find a way out. So we'll see which one happens. With that, on a count of three. 1, 2, 3.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about the Roundabout project?
It's finished. And I think everyone that I've mentioned, MDOT and the city and all of the companies that made it a possibility, I think is, being the first one in Lenawee County, I'm very proud of that fact. I do think having the roundabout completed now and having people in Adrian have an opportunity to get accustomed to the roundabout is, I think, going to relieve some of the fears that people around the college have about the roundabout that's planned for Adrian College that will probably happen next spring. And so I think that's a good thing. I've done roundabouts around the state. I enjoy them. I think it moves traffic faster, and highway-wise, road-wise, in Lenawee County, it puts Adrian on the map. We're the first one to have one, and standing here and watching, we've had some good tests. We've had a couple big trucks that went by that had long trailers on it, with the low trailer in the back, and it cleared it just the way it was built for. So, I look at it as nothing as a positive. And I think the more people get a chance to get out and actually traverse the roundabout, they're gonna be very comfortable with it. They're gonna be very pleased.
How do you think people are adjusting to the new traffic pattern so far?
Well, I think it's been great. As we were cutting the ribbon, somebody went by and honked, and again, we looked up, and I think it was a thumbs up. I think it was a thumb. Anyone that's used it, I have heard all positives. The only negative that someone would give me a negative, I've asked them. I said, well, have you tried it yet? I mean, it really just opened up yesterday afternoon fully. People started using it, and this morning, and so had they been able to use it fully? No. But I tell them, you go out and use it a couple times, and then come back and tell me what you think. I think they're going to be extremely pleased. I look around, and just when we're talking, of how much faster traffic is moving. I think with the stop signs that are gone on Church and Division, that's moving traffic faster. So, and when I say faster, I'm not looking at speed. It's just there aren't the stops and starts and stops and starts. It's just a better term I should have used instead of faster, smoother. So I'm extremely pleased with it, and I think MDOT has done a tremendous job with this project. And I do want to make sure people understand this was an MDOT project. This was our tax dollars coming from Lansing. That if this wasn't, someone said, well, why are you spending city tax dollars on this when this was MDOT's project? This was our state dollars going to the state. If it wasn't going to be built here, it was going to be built somewhere else. So I would like to see some of our tax dollars come back to Adrian, and so I'm very pleased with it.
Great. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, but I would just encourage people to come out. you know, try it, get accustomed to it, and give us some feedback. You can always go on our website and let us know what you think.
The goal of the project was to alleviate the traffic congestion through here, help improve the operation of the intersection. Since I believe the two-way conversion, traffic was unable to make a left-hand turn for south to east. The roundabout ultimately allows you to make that maneuver.
There seems to be some concern among the public about like the ease of use of the roundabout, things like that. In your experience, how long does it usually take people to get adjusted to this change in traffic pattern?
I think folks who have never used a roundabout before, I'll probably give them a couple times, and once they're used to it, like anything else, they'll be good to go. It won't be any more difficult than probably the two-way conversion was a few years ago down here.
I know it just opened up, but do you think so far that it's going to achieve its goal of alleviating some of the traffic flow issues in this area?
Oh, absolutely. It's we sat out here for an hour before the ribbon cutting and watched traffic flow, and anywhere from school buses going down to Division to large trucks coming through. It's working perfectly.
Well, I love the roundabout. I'm prejudiced, however. I've driven in Europe before we had many roundabouts in the U.S. My son actually lives, one of our oldest son lives in Carmel, Indiana, which has, he tells me, more roundabouts per person than any community in North America. So it's terrific, but you know, for us specifically, this has been a problem intersection for a long time and awkward for a long time. And, this clears it up. You know, just standing here today while we're doing this ribbon cutting, a lot of traffic flowing smoothly through where in the past it would have been challenging. And now you have the options to go wherever you want to go, which is always nice at an intersection. But I just want to go there, you know, and I can't get there, so it really solves it. I think Frosty Boy is going to end up loving it because it is a lot easier to get into Frosty Boy now, and you can kind of get your choice in terms of how you do that, which is terrific. And I think even though it's been here for a pretty short period of time, I've been through it quite a few times. We've been down here kind of watching, and folks seem to get it pretty readily. It's not complex in that it's not multi-lane. Those are a little bit more challenging if there are several lanes that you have to move in and out of, but this is pretty straightforward. So it's good. So good roads, good transportation are an important part of economic development. Solving problems is an important part of economic development. We think this has been a great solution for this corner, and certainly MDOT's been terrific, and all their contractors that worked on it have just done a terrific job. So another good thing for Adrian.
Great. I know you mentioned how you think it's going to impact Frosty Boy. Do you think it's going to impact other downtown businesses as well?
Well, in the sense that it's easier to get in and get out utilizing the roundabout, sure. Again, accessibility is always an issue with any business, and this will allow people from the kind of the southeast quadrant here to get into downtown more readily. So in that sense, will be a benefit to all of downtown, I think.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just thanks to Todd Brown and his staff on the city side, thanks to MDOT and all the contractors that did great work.
So what brought you out to the ribbon cutting today?
Curiosity about it, and my wife, who was a longtime Adrian resident, was wanting to come down and see it too, so we're from Tecumseh, and it was neat, you know, to be able to be a part of seeing a ribbon cutting, kind of a private ordeal for a few people. It was neat, very nice.
Good. What do you think so far of the roundabout?
I think it's going to be a good thing, because I deliver part-time for a business in Tecumseh, and there's been a lot of times you had to make your way around down here to, this is going to make it a lot smoother, and I've already used it a couple times. So.
That's good.
Yeah. I was curious about the semis, and then we saw one go through here, so it didn't look like it was too difficult. So I guess, are they allowed to use it too, like you used to, I suppose?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Saw one go through when I was out here yesterday. So, and what do you hope that this what do you hope the overall impact of the roundabout will be on the area?
Well, just by observing, it's going to make it ease of getting around these different streets that were actually like that. What was that street there? People would tend to come down here and make illegal left turns anyway, and now it looks like you can just swoop around and do it properly. Should be safer, really, I think, as much as people might fear it.
Great. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, it's a nice sunny day.
Yeah, cooler weather.
Yes.
This
Very
is good.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was good. Neat to be here.
Yeah.
So as city administrator, I've been a part of this project really for the last couple years as we've explored opportunities to make these left turn movements more effectively, obviously legally. So MDOT came up with the solution of this roundabout, and obviously by looking at it today and how we think it's going to roll out going forward, we think it's a great solution to make these turn movements and get traffic through and in this area effectively. So we're very pleased with the result, and obviously we'll watch it very closely going forward and make any tweaks that we think we need to make and do some further landscaping and improvements to kind of brighten it up a little bit. And overall, we're very pleased and definitely appreciate the support of MDOT. They've been such a great partner with the city. Been a great project to work together with them on, as well as their contractors and city staff all coming together to make this a reality.
What kind of impact do you hope this has on the area?
Well, hopefully people will utilize it, be able to make these movements in a way that brings them in and around our downtown. I think that's very critical, that we get people supporting downtown businesses and not avoiding this area. You know, initially when we were proposing this concept, many people were saying, well, I'm just going to avoid the area. I don't know how to manage a roundabout, but as people go through it one time, I think they'll figure it out pretty quickly, how easy it is to maneuver around, and the hope is that generates more people, more volume with people coming downtown and supporting downtown businesses.
How do you think people are adjusting to the new traffic pattern so far?
I think just looking at it, just watching people, I think it's another great solution. The other thing I like about the design is, from a pedestrian standpoint, I think it's a much safer location for pedestrians to cross. As pedestrians go halfway, they can rest and look at oncoming traffic a little closer, ways that they can cross much more safer going forward. So we think it's a good solution for our traveling public as well as our pedestrians.